And new on the night team video released today shows the moment local and federal police shot and killed Usama Rahim. In the video, you can see the officers drawing their weapons. Rahim is the man in the circle. He can eventually be seen falling to the ground. The agents and officers keep their guns drawn after the shooting as they check him. Suffolk County prosecutor Daniel Conley says the early release of the video is an attempt to be transparent about how the events unfolded. New on the night team, the Boston video shows the latest in a string of high-profile shootings. That's
right, Patrice. And now local police are training on how to handle these kinds of situations and the use of deadly force. Let's get you right over to the newsrooms. Brian Crandall is standing by with that perspective. Brian?
Well, Dan and Patrice, I went to Rhode Island State Police to talk about what goes into making that split-second decision, a decision like the one we're now seeing here. Police action under the microscope, the shooting of the terror suspect in Boston. An officer in Texas now on leave after pulling a gun on teenagers while breaking up a reported fight at a pool party. Recent events around the nation involving officers and guns leading to scrutiny.
That's a tremendous responsibility that we have to the public.
Corporal Mark Gilson heads firearms training for Rhode Island State Police.
A decision has to be made in fractions of a second.
I don't want to shoot you, man. I don't want to shoot you.
He says there's an appropriate time for using a gun.
When we're faced with deadly force, we respond with deadly force.
Well, several deadly police shootings in recent months have raised questions. Unarmed Michael Brown in Missouri, a South Carolina police officer just indicted on a murder charge for shooting a suspect in the back, and an Oklahoma deputy shot a suspect with his gun instead of his taser. At Rhode Island State Police, Gilson says they use high-profile incidents like this to show their troopers what to do and what not to do.
One uses their best judgment and the circumstances at the moment things happen. We have to train our troopers to act very quickly because things happen very rapidly.
The training starts in the academy, classroom work, the firing range, a simulator with real-life situations, and they use something like paint guns too.
We can make the scenarios very realistic by actually shooting at each other.
And then troopers are retrained every year.
It is a lot of repetition, and so we're building what we typically call in firearms muscle memory. You've done so much repetition that you will act immediately and properly.
And part of the training also is using voice commands to try to stop an incident from getting that far. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News Night Team.